World champion Callum Smith. Right for Joe. Back to you guys for questions.
So, first one for Callum and Joe. You were both very confident that you got the win there on the cards. Was there any sense of panic in between rounds? And Joe, what was the message being delivered throughout the fight for yourself in the corner?
I think after 7 rounds, I think Callum was like 6-1 up. John then had a couple of good rounds down the middle. Then Callum came back again, and I had it at the end of the bell like 8-4, something like that. At least 7 rounds, 7-4, 1 even. But once I knew Callum had hit the 7 rounds mark, I thought we won the fight. So that was it. We knew John was got to come, be cute early on. And I said beforehand, it was got to be a tough fight, a brutal fight. And you've seen in some of the rounds late on there was a bit of a shootout. But no, I just thought Callum won it. Someone just mentioned to me about social media, people commenting Callum, I thought he's mandatory tonight. He's earned his shot as manager. I think it's hugely disrespectful. John Ryder put a good fight up, but Callum Smith did a good fight tonight. Do you know what I mean? He held off the challenge from the mandatory. Like you said, it was a shutout after 6 rounds. I think he lost 1 in the first 6 or 7, and then that was it. So I thought Callum Smith boxed very well. And now, like you say, a big 2020. I was disappointed with the referee tonight. I thought John Ryder and his head to get in close. You look at the state of Callum Smith's right eye there, 2 massive slashes across it. Wasn't being protected, but like I say, it's a fight, and that's it. And Callum Smith defended his titles, and he wakes up tomorrow morning still the world number 1 at 168.
So for yourself, that was the fight that you had prepared for. You expected him to come out aggressive, pushing.
Yeah, but he's got to be cute. He wasn't got to leave any gaps early on. Everyone knows how explosive Callum is early on. We know he's got to be cute. He's got to take his time. He was trying to get up close with Callum, put his head in his chest, and then work away. And as you've seen there in the later rounds, he was coming, but. You don't win rounds for people not expecting you to win a round just because you have 2 flurries on the ropes and they don't hit nothing. Callum Smith, jab, middle of the ring, right hands, was jabbing John's head up at times, and I think that's what won him the fight. John was getting up close, but he landed good shots, but Callum come right back. Like I said, it was a good fight, and huge respect to John Ryder, Tony Sims, had a good game plan, but like I say, it just wasn't good enough on the night.
Callum, how did you feel in there, and what were the moments like before the decision was being announced?
In terms of the actual fight and scoring, I always felt ahead. I agree with Joe. I thought I lost round 4. And other than that, I thought I won most of the early ones up till 7. I think then I lost 8, maybe 8 and 9 or something. So I always felt like I was ahead in the fight. I think it was when Liam told me Sky had it quite close. I maybe panicked a little bit, but myself, I'd never once thought I was behind in the fight. I was just more. I knew I weighed the best. I knew I weighed at the races. I knew I weighed the best of performances. And I've said it before. I'm a perfectionist. I always want the best. And every time I go to points, I'm disappointed. I always want to be explosive. I always want to take people out. And if you'd offer me a win over John Ryder tonight on points, I probably wouldn't have took it. I always want to win and win the best way possible. So listen, I'm not happy with the performance. But like I said, I thought it was 8-4 in round. I thought I did win, but. Credit to John, he put up a good performance. He was writ off beforehand by the bookies and a lot of other people, but I knew it could turn out that type of fight. I knew he was going to come and give it his all, and stylistically he wasn't ideal. He was getting really close and stopping me working up close, which I'm not a bad inside fighter for a tall fighter, but I didn't really get a chance to do that, so credit to John for that. But there was no time in the fight. I thought I was behind or going to lose.
Callum, you've said that you weren't impressed with your performance. It wasn't vintage Callum Smith. Can you shed any light as to the reasons why?
I don't know. Some days you're firing, some days you're not. It just maybe it was more John performed better than a lot of people expected. I don't know. It's just I can't be at the races every fight. I've had 2 really good performances coming into this fight, and today wasn't one of them. I don't know. If you get me one of the big names next time, I'll need to be better, which I'm confident I will be better. I've always said that fear factor where if I know I don't turn up, I'll lose. That always brings out the best in myself, and maybe that had something to do with it, but I can't pinpoint what the reason was. I had a good camp, we had good sparring, everything was fine going in. I just wasn't 100%.
Gotcha.
John Ryder and his team said that they'd be pushing for the rematch.
Oh.
I'm guessing that you two definitely.
Oh,
would
Joe,
be
the line of question you asking about the decision, waiting for the decision, did we think we'd win it? I'm just going to ask all yous, did you all thought that was close?
I'm just saying what was said before.
No, did yous are all presser, Dave, Chris, did yous all think, how did you score it all?
I thought it was a close fight, to be honest, Joe, yeah. I thought it could have gone in. I thought probably Callum won it. But
Callum won it.
Close.
There you go.
But it was close. It was not close.
Close as in what scoring close?
1 or 2 rounds.
Okay. Well, this isn't a rematch, no. I mean, Callum's, like you say, he's fought, he won, he's his mandatory, and he's got to move on. I'm sure there's good domestic fights. I'm sure after that performance, John Ryder, Rocky Fielding 2 is a good fight. That's unfinished business, do you know what I mean? So there's 2 fighters there. If there's Canelo gives that regular belt up, they can fight for that. But Callum, like you say, he's onwards, wants the big unification fights and all that. I don't know if Eddie's going to take the appeal on John Ryder's behalf for the WBA, are you? Oh, I am.
It's not up to me to appeal to the WBA on his behalf.
Right.
But I've already said what I think he should do, which is fight for the regular belt. So that's what I think he should do. I thought he put in a good performance.
Yeah, definitely. A good performance, but doesn't warrant a rematch.
Any other questions, guys? All right, thank you very much. Well done.
Just 2 seconds.
Jeff.
I want a big fight, to be honest with you. I think, I'm not making an excuse tonight, but I think I need that fear factor. I've always said it, even before tonight. Give me a fighter where if I don't turn up, they'll beat me, and that fear brings out the best in me. And I've always said people will only see how good I am when I'm in against the really best, and I've got a great team around me to provide me them fights. And 2020 I feel is the year. Make or break for me. Let's see how good I really am.
I will say, I said to Callum after that already the phone's going for people. Oh, maybe I'll fight Callum Smith now. You know, there was that fear factor, like you say, their fear factor from them before this fight, that this guy was some 6'5", 168-pound beast, and all the conversations we had with the big names, I always felt that it was okay. And now, maybe after seeing just a good performance, they go, okay. Maybe we'll look at him in 2020, which is a good thing.
Eddie, out of the fights that are available, Callum has often said that it's Canelo or it's Golovkin or it's a unification fight against Plant, Benavidez or Saunders. What's the most realistic?
Well, the Saunders fight you could make ASAP.
Could you though?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders already has a contract to fight with numbers in. We've got to talk through numbers with Callum and his team, but I believe that both of those guys, I think Billy and Callum both want Canelo, Golovkin, but if they can't get them, then he's looking to unify. He wants to make sure that he has career-defining fights and legacy fights. That's unifications, that's big fights in America, that's stadium fights over here. So I think the Canelo fight. Obviously, we've got Golovkin, we've got Canelo under the wing on the zone as well. So they're the ones we should be pushing for. And I honestly believe that after tonight, they might think that Callum's not as untouchable as maybe they thought before. And the same with Billy the other week. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders put in a decent performance, but wasn't great. And already people want to fight Billy Joe Saunders now. And I believe after tonight, I think it'll be easier to make the Callum Smith fight, even though I still think it was a good performance against a guy who boxed out of his skin because it was his dream opportunity. And that's what we said going into the fight, was Ryder's going to, this is an opportunity of a lifetime for John Ryder. So it was always going to be the performance of a lifetime. I thought he boxed really well, and I thought Callum, at times controlled the fight nicely, and then John had some good rounds, forced the pressure. I thought it was a really good fight.
I'd also like to say, just too much negativity. They've got to start celebrating. Callum Smith tonight fought his mandatory challenger, knocked back the challenger John Ryder, won it. No matter what they say close or not, the judges won it. It's 11 years since a British fighter has defended the Ring Magazine belt in this country. That was Hatton Lascano, before that Gallagher. You've got to stop being so negative on the kid. He should be given rounds of applause here. Use all the press saying everything else. You need to give him a round of applause. Callum Smith, what he's doing in the city of Liverpool. Get to zone to get that Canelo. That's who we want, Canelo. Tell Eddie Reynoso to stop being scared.
He texted me during the fight anyway. Don't worry.
Good.
Right. Cheers all. Well done, Cap.